California Attorney General Rob Bonta says he is staying out of the governor's race.
And today, we're now hearing from someone who is now considering jumping in. KCRA 3 political director Ashley Zavala joins us now with that development. So who is it?
Right. Well, this person now considering is San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan. He's a Democrat, but someone who has been praised in both political parties for his approach to crime, homelessness, and calling out Governor Gavin Newsom for his response to some of those issues. Mahan was in Sacramento today meeting with state lawmakers to talk about housing-related proposals he'd like to see pass out of the state capitol. But over the last few months, he said he was hoping to figure out who his preferred candidate for governor would be in the very wide open field right now. But even with a lengthy list of Democrats, he told me he's just not seeing it. Here's part of our conversation.
I'm going to take a hard look at it and come to a decision over the next couple of weeks here. I've been trying my best to just focus on delivering for the residents of San Jose, but I'm increasingly worried about the direction the state's going in, and I realize that I can't do my job as mayor and deliver a safer, cleaner, more affordable city if Sacramento isn't implementing policies that work. I've been in dialogue with many of the current candidates. I've put out my thoughts about what it would look like for California to get back to basics on issues like crime, homelessness, housing, energy affordability, and I'm not seeing the vision, the boldness that we need as a state if we're going to move forward. It really requires the state, counties, cities to all be on the same page and really pursuing the kinds of policy reform we need if we're going to fix California. And I'm just not hearing it. I'm concerned.
Is there any candidacy on the Democratic side that you see having momentum but that you're concerned about, which could lead you to run?
At the moment, I don't see momentum, and I don't hear a vision. I'm not seeing anyone really articulate clearly how they're going to ensure that we end unsheltered homelessness, clean up our cities, address crime.
So we should note U.S. News and World Report has rated San Jose as the #1 city to live in California. It's also considered among one of the happiest cities to live in across the country by WalletHub. Mahan says he'll decide within the next couple of weeks whether he jumps into this race.
Yeah, so many people right there along the pool just going, who's going to dip their toe in, who's not?
Exactly.
Now Bonta's out. We're hearing who else is in the sidelines.
Right, and I mean, plenty of more time for people to get in, but there are a couple of others. Specifically, we're also watching for Los Angeles real estate developer Rick Caruso, who has long been considering a run for this office. At the moment, we understand he's deciding between the race for governor or potentially Los Angeles' next mayor. He's also expected to make a decision within the next few weeks. The filing deadline is in March, so again, there is still plenty of time for surprises, but we'll just have to wait and see. We are coming down to the deadline where people who want to raise money, they really need to get in as soon as possible.
All right, thank you.